Lord Jesus Christ, welcome back to another episode of City of Desert. And once again, we are picking up with our reading from the first volume of the Philokalia and the writings and the sayings of Evagrius of Pontus on prayer. And if you're picking up in the text today, we are on page 62, and we are at the very bottom of the page, considering paragraph 62. Evagrius writes, when your intellect, in its great longing for God, gradually withdraws from the flesh and turns away from all thoughts that have their source in your sense perception, memory, or soul-body temperament, and when it becomes full of reverence and joy, then you may conclude that you are close to the frontiers of prayer. A little bit more developed thought of Evagrius, but reveals to us the state of the soul as we are drawing close to prayer. And this might be surprising to some as we read it, that Evagrius is speaking here of giving ourselves over fully to God in both our ascetic life, but most important of all, I think, in terms of our reverence and longing for Him, our desire for Him. He tells us when there's a great longing for God, then we gradually move away from the flesh and what turns our thoughts from God through sense perception, memory, or simply through our soul body temperament, our experience of our humanity, and the things that we are often attentive to in relationship to it. It is then when we have begun to purify the heart, when we have turned away from the things of the flesh, and that we have let go of our attachment to worldly things, then we draw close to the frontiers of prayer. Evagrius doesn't even tell us that we have entered into that frontier, but we are on the path leading to it. It is our constant distraction and our longing for the things of this world and our setting them up against God in regards to our attachment that prevents us from drawing close to Him. And so what we see beginning to emerge within the fathers, and we will see this especially in the writings of St. Isaac the Syrian, that it is desire, it is wonder over the love of God and reverence for that love and for God Himself that draws us to Him. So long as we make Christianity into an abstract idea or domesticate it, or turn it into simply a discipline or a kind of moralism, then we certainly do not draw close to that frontier or draw close to God. We've made Christianity into something far less than what it is in reality. We have minimalized it in such a way that we can wrap our minds around it and perhaps even control it in our thoughts, in our behaviors. Whereas Evagrius and the fathers tell us, no, it begins with God Himself as gift, but also our drawing close to God, our responding to His divine love by desiring Him then with our whole heart, directing our love and reverence toward Him. And when we lose sight of this, I think Christianity becomes a hollow shell, not what it is meant to be, which is an experience of the living God. And so let us pray today that God would fill our hearts with a desire for Him, that our eyes would be open to the wonder of His compassion and His mercy, that we would turn our minds and our hearts from the things of this world to God alone. Thank you, and God bless you, and have a wonderful day.